Guys, what is going on? Here we are again, guys. Here we are again, right? Guys, these PPP loans are no joke, man. Well, actually, I think this is more of a 3-minute news than anything else. Hold on, guys. That means I got to change some stuff up here. Hold on. Guys, these chicks are cooked, man. Cooked, right? Guys, this PPP fraud is no joke, man. The government's coming for that ass, man. All around the United States, okay? All these knuckleheaded broads are here. Guys, between student loans, right, and PPP fraud, guys, these chicks are going to be trying to get a hold of you guys for some cash, you know? Yes, look at this.
Former Houston entrepreneur who moved to Dallas is facing decades in prison for allegedly committing loan fraud. Kristen Fenrick submitted a Paycheck Protection Program, those PPP loans in 2020, that may wind up costing her hundreds of thousands of dollars in fines.
Look at that.
Irving Mejia Elario, who covers business for the Dallas Morning News, joins us now with more on that. Irving, good morning.
Hi, good morning. Thank you guys for having me.
Is that a man or what? What is that guy?
All right. So there were so many people, Irving, who needed these loans to keep their companies afloat. How could something like this happen?
It's pretty simple, honestly. I've been covering these PPP loans now for about a year now, and a lot of people submitted them. Here in Texas, I think we had about like 930,000 of these loans come.
930,000.
Through and that they got approved. It really wasn't that hard to get approved of them. So long as you had a company and you were being affected by the pandemic, you were pretty likely to get one of these things.
But what are they saying that she did that was illegal?
Everything. Well, she submitted a loan back in 2020, obviously sort of at the height of the pandemic, and inflated, according to the Southern District of Texas, inflated the employee headcount and monthly expenses of her company. Clearly, Kristen Inc. It was a company that sold jewelry from January 2015 to June 2022. In her application, she allegedly sent the IRS like phony documents and paid someone to help her submit the application.
Now, guys, in these clips I'm going to show you, you are going to see that a lot. These people, there's people that took the loans out fraudulently, and then there's people that actually were filling out PPP loans for people. 8-Bit Banger, what's up, dude? Good to see you, man. You know, here we are early, right, guys?
At the end of it all, I think she had $405,000 forgiven in her loans. Now, fair point to her, though. She says that she did not submit the loan personally. So,
please, like that matters. So you had freaking a Gloctavia do it for you. Come on, man.
The moment she's maintaining her innocence and saying, "Hey, I didn't submit the 941. Somebody else did this thing for me."
Yeah, these are all allegations, but do we know what happened or what reportedly happened to the money?
Well, it's like in many cases of PPP loans, the money did not allegedly go to where we thought that it was supposed to. The money.
Of course it didn't. Of course it didn't. You guys thought that this person was actually used PPP loans for what they were supposed to be used for?
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked. Bamboozled. Led astray. Run amok.
Clown world. And now these chicks are cooked.
For that stuff is supposed to be used for a whole lot of stuff with businesses, right? Maintaining your employees, maintaining payroll. You know, a lot of other places have spent the money on let's say extravagant stuff. I've seen cars, boats, et cetera, et cetera. In this case, we're talking about a luxury vehicle, an unnamed one, so we don't exactly know what car, what make, anything. But it seems like this is a case of many others where the money just didn't go where it was supposed to.
So again, she's actually being charged with committing loan fraud, again,
Yes.
allegedly. But how might all of this end when we get to the end of this?
I don't want to say anything specifically about whether she will be guilty or not guilty. That's not my job. However, I will say again, been covering this stuff for a little bit, and in my side of the business, we very rarely see the headline of person found innocent after being accused of PPP loan fraud. When the government comes after you for PPP loan fraud, they have a very good reason to.
Yeah, guys, just like I said, guys, the government is coming for that ass. Yo, all around the U.S., guys, I'm telling you. Guys, they are not playing. They are not playing. Look at that. Pyro. What's up, dude? He said this is too early. What's up, man? Hey, guys, I did drop the link for anyone who wants to come on up, guys. Guys, we'll do like another 10 minutes of the chat for everyone, and then we will go members only. So, guys, make sure you hit the join button to become a member, right? Oops, hold on. Why did that happen? Yeah. So, guys, make sure to do that. So, like I said, guys, for these lives, you either have to call in or be a member most of the time. So,
name probably came up in a prior investigation, or you did a really bad job covering your tracks, and they've been on to you for kind of.
Brad, that's a good idea. The PPP loan federal auctions, facts. Because, guys, they're going to auction off all this property, these houses, these cars, all this other stuff. You know, guys, I know a guy. He got his house and he got a really nice truck off a federal auction. I think it was like a really low mileage Chevy Silverado. I think it was like in 2017. He got like a 2012, like top of the line Silverado for like 7,000 miles, or for like 12 grand, or it was nuts. It was like a $40,000 truck he got for dirt cheap, and then he got his house off a federal auction also. You know, so
a while now. So I don't want to say whether or not she will be found guilty or not guilty, but those are kind of the two outcomes here. Either we'll get a guilty plea.
Good. Guys, we'll stay in the news here, right? And then we'll go to some clips off of TikTok, because, guys, this is a big problem. Hold on.
Simple question. What does your company do? Turns out.
Now to a Channel 2 investigation. Investigators are calling it one of the largest frauds in American history.
There you go.
Money intended to go to those hurt financially by the pandemic, instead stolen by fake companies and cons. A Channel 2 consumer investigator, Justin Gray, tonight in studio. Justin, federal prosecutors have hundreds of cases in Georgia alone.
Justin, all the data on who receives these loans is publicly available. We've been looking through it and looking at some of these companies that are registered with the Secretary of State and don't have an online presence.
There you go.
We wanted to find them and ask them a simple question. What does your company do? Turns out that wasn't so simple.
Now, guys, a lot of men have businesses where they have employees, right? So, Dante, what's up, man? So let's just say you have Dante, Tevin, and Brad, right? Dante has an electrician business, so he has employees. He can actually say, look, I paid my employees and we bought this. Brad has a concrete business, right? So he can say, look, I had to maintain my trucks. I had to pay my employees. I had to do this. Tevin has a tree cutting business. But guys, all these knuckleheaded 304s, right? All these knuckleheaded broads, right?
The streets. I'm a bitch from the streets. I get that money. I get that money. Bitch, give me what you got.
They have nail businesses and weaves businesses with bundles and all this foolishness, right? Selling their crystals and dream catchers and all this foolishness, right? Cooked.
I'm trying to reach Money Ain't a Problem Entertainment.
Money ain't a problem. Entertainment. Hey, a money ain't a problem. Entertainment. Yeah, let's go.
Oh, Alexa. Okay.
Is that you?
No, it isn't. He's at work.
We went to this Gwinnett County home looking for a company that received more than $22,000 in
Cooked.
Paycheck Protection Program payments.
Cooked.
We couldn't find money and a problem entertainment registered with the Georgia Secretary of State.
Money ain't a. I gotta break out the race card. Come on, man. Come on. You guys know whoever started this looks just like me.
State or active online. He received a PPP loan and we can't find any record of the business existing. I'm just trying to understand what it is.
Oh, see, I don't know.
We dug through thousands of pages of PPP data and found that more than 553,000 PPP loans were handed out in Georgia, totaling more than $24 billion.
$24 billion. Look at that. TJ, what's up, man?
Just in Georgia. But we know that tens of millions of dollars of that money here in Georgia went to fake companies trying to steal your tax dollars.
I think it's a righteous use of your federal tax dollars to go after these people.
David Estes is the U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of Georgia.
Now, guys, here, let's, here we go. Let's go back.
Even as Missouri.
Hold on.
Missourians try to put the pandemic behind them. Some of those who suffered the most financially are still fighting the Missouri Unemployment Office. They are being asked to fork over thousands of dollars that they got from the state. Elliot Davis has tonight's You Paid For It.
Lashika Harris is one of thousands of Missourians still fighting the after effects of government help they got to help cope with the COVID crisis. The disabled mom of two received thousands in unemployment pandemic funds through the unemployment office that's under the Missouri Department of Labor.
They're trying to make me pay back money that they're saying that I should not have gotten.
Because you shouldn't have got it. And guys, isn't it funny? She's talking about how broke she is. She has her nails done. She has her weave done, right?
I did everything right. I stayed within the guidelines.
She says the state of Missouri is demanding she fork over $8,000.
Good.
I've spent hundreds of dollars making copies, money that I did not have, making copies to try to prove myself, you know, like that I was eligible.
The Missouri Labor Department, with the support of Governor Parson, has been trying to collect millions of dollars in pandemic relief funds they claim recipients weren't entitled to.
Good. A governor of Missouri. Get that money back. Let's go.
Missouri House of Representatives had worked on legislation to try to give families a break. That measure died in the Missouri Senate. What kind of trouble is this causing you?
It's caused me a great amount of grief. I mean, I've been in appeals for an entire year. I'm having trouble keeping up with regular everyday responsibilities.
One thing's for sure. She says she can't repay $8,000. She's not hearing anything encouraging from the state of Missouri. She called me after running out of options.
Why don't you get a job? Look at that, guys. She got the money and she can't pay it back. You're a bum.
Bank accounts shutting down, getting put out their houses, or put stuff like this. And it's very upsetting. It's been emotionally draining. And on top of that, it's been very tough on me. It just has not been.
Told you guys, Orange Man's coming for the student loans. He's coming for those PPP loans, right? And the illegals are getting DOS boot. Let's go.
This time. And I still have to maintain the household, and I got 2 girls to look after. I'm trying to be strong for them.
I reached out to the Missouri Department.
All right, guys, here we go. Here's another one. Here we go. Here we go.
Shelby County records list this home as belonging to Amber Colbert, but it's the same home connected to a business that received a high-profile.
Josh, your camera's on, so turn your camera off, and I'll let you up, buddy.
Coronavirus relief loan. According to Memphis police, Colbert worked for the police department as a.
Joshua, your camera's on. If you want it on, I can bring you up. There you are. What's up, Joshua?
How's it going, brother?
Dude, man, these PPP loans, man, the government's coming for that ass. This is not a game, dude. People thought this was a game, but now all across the U.S. And guys, I'm telling you, in 304 the news network, you guys notice a pattern here of what these knuckleheads look like that were doing these false PPP loans? You know, you notice a pattern. You know, these B-dubs are cooked. They're cooked. They are, guys. I am black. I'm allergic to B-dubs, right? I avoid them like the plague. I really, really do. So.
Clerk when she forged a pay stub to get a loan earlier this year. MPD said.
Whoa, hold on. Let's see. A pay stub. Whoa, look. So she got a $100,000 loan. She forged her pay stub to say she made $173,000, $823 a year. Look at that.
Shit. Yep, she's cooked.
What is she doing?
You stupid woman.
Anthony Williams, what's up, dude? 2000 guy, what's up, man? Robin's Fly, how's it going? Trevor's here. Trevor, how you been, buddy? Good to see you, man.
Earlier this year, MPD says she's been relieved of duty pending the outcome of the internal and criminal investigation. But that's not the only loan Colbert has gotten recently. Federal records from the Small Business Administration show a business in Amber Colbert's name also benefited from the Paycheck Protection Program. It shows she got 2 $17,000 PPP loans for her children's clothing store that she never had to pay back. Her loans are also linked to this home.
$17,500, 2 of them. Look at that.
On Keel Avenue in Uptown. We went there today, but no one answered the door, and we found this sign posted saying the property is vacant. The Department of Justice has cracked down on people nationwide who they say tried to get PPP loans illegally. Just this week, an Oklahoma woman pleaded guilty to...
How much you guys want to bet that's the address that they told the court to send the child support order to? So then her baby daddy would get ruled as a parent by default. You know what I'm saying? So
trying to get.
Look at that. Hold on. Oklahoma woman pleaded guilty to the Western District to the fraud, the PPP. Josh, do you have like the TV on in the background or something? You could mute. Did you say something? Because I have background noise coming from you. So let me see. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to mute you, my friend, because I have background noise. Okay. Let's see. So she pleads guilty for a $43.8 million scheme. $43.8 million, guys. Look at that. Cooked.
More than $40 million in fraudulent loans.
Jesus.
We contacted the Small Business Administration and the Department of Justice to find out if they're investigating Colbert's PPP loan in light of her more recent arrest. Stacey Jacobson, WREG, News Channel 3.
Cooked. Let me see.
Hi, looking for LaDonna Wiggins. My name's Myra with ABC 13. Tuesday afternoon, we went to a home in Cyprus that court documents state 37-year-old LaDonna Wiggins purchased using money she received from the CARES Act. The document says Wiggins received about $3.7 million after submitting 2 PPP loan applications for businesses known as Wiggins and Grams Enterprises, LLC, and Pink Lady Line. The document states she used the funds to make lavish personal purchases, this home allegedly being one of them.
Hi, looking for LaDonna Wiggins? She's not here. She's not here?
When someone finally came to the door, I asked this woman about the allegations that Wiggins supposedly purchased 2 homes using federal funds meant for business use.
This house and apparently a house for her mom. Is that you?
No.
You're not her mother?
No.
The court documents go on to mention just how much money she spent and on what. Here's just a few listed in detail in these court documents. Over $78,000 on a 20.
Guys, I did drop the link for anyone who wants. Come on up, guys. Mysterious, what's up, dude?
20 Land Rover. Over 20.
She bought a Range Rover. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Because I need to make a whole video of all these chicks going to jail for PPP loans, man.
$25,000 at Saks Fifth Avenue. Over $12,000 at Hermes. Over $64,000 at Chanel, and $204,000 for a business in Houston, nearly $700,000 for a home in Cyprus, and over $248,000 for a home in Katy.
Is there a time that she will be coming home?
Actually, she hasn't called me today, so I'm not sure when she's coming back.
And how are you related to her?
That doesn't matter.
We never got a straight answer from the person who opened the door. We did see her moments later get in an SUV and leave. Wiggins has been charged with bank fraud, making a false statement to a bank, and money laundering. She faces up to 30 years in federal prison.
Yeah, I don't want nobody to tell my story for me.
Guys, look at this. These tattoos, all this. Hey, all you white guys in the chat, they don't want black dudes anymore. These B-dubs, they're after you white guys now. Rajai, what's up, dude? Good to see you, man, as usual. Gary in the UK, what's up, my friend? Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Medical, what's up, dude?
Me. So I'm gonna tell it myself. 4 years ago, or back in 2020, I made a video on TikTok. Here's the video.
Guys, she guys, she put this video on TikTok. Look at this. And now she's actually getting got. And now it's guys. Look at that!
Someone who received the PPP loan. I thought that video was funny. And
this is an ugly woman, guys. Look at that. Look at that, guys. Yikes, man.
Holy shit. Look who got beat with the ugly stick.
Like, I literally never.
It's not only
A phone call to him.
All right, here you go, guys. Let's do this.
Shelby County, right? Even as Missourians try to put the
Guys, make sure to drop a like on the stream. Guys, we had 70 people watching. We have 31 likes, guys. Let's hit the like button. I appreciate that. Let me see.
While the feds were pushing out COVID relief cash.
Man, homegirl on the left can get it, guys. How you doing? Right, guys? Check her out. Look at that.
She's like all these babes. You get their pilot lit,
They can start a leaf blower.
To companies during the pandemic, opportunists defrauded the government out of billions of dollars by lying about their needs. Now, a high-profile Phoenix business owner who once ran the state's largest special needs clinic is charged with COVID loan fraud, and she's facing the possibility of serious jail time.
12 News journalist Joe Dana finds that despite that, she remains a contractor for the Department of Education. Joe?
COVID loan fraud is not a victimless crime. Taxpayers remain on the hook for paying it back years into the future. 1,200,000, 150,000.
Damn.
And it goes on.
You guys notice how it's all chicks? You guys notice how it's all females, right? There are some guys that I guarantee you the majority of people getting caught for this. Yeah.
And on. A criminal indictment against the woman who once ran a special needs service empire in the Valley alleges she stole over $2.9 million through 9 companies she has in her name. Can you please ask her to contact us? We first revealed Bridget O'Brien's suspicious COVID loans in 2021. In a brazen move, the same month O'Brien began collecting COVID bailout funds, she bought this nearly $2 million Biltmore home.
$2 million house. Look at that. Hey guys, I dropped the link for anyone who's come on up, guys. Hit the join button to become a member. But guys, as of right now, the chat is going to be members only, guys. So either call in or become a member. Yeah.
At the same time, she still owed therapists who did contract work for her.
People were not getting paid for months and months.
This indictment, the latest chapter in a truly bizarre journey for O'Brien since we began investigating her in 2018.
It's guys, would you leave your kids around this thing?
Incredible in the negative way, the impact that she had.
At that time, we brought to light evidence of fraud and non-payment of social workers.
I want my money. That's it. I don't have any bad feelings toward her.
And the state cut off Medicaid payments to her company. Then in 2021, O'Brien was caught on surveillance camera stealing a dog in front of the owner's yard.
How you gonna steal someone's dog? How you gonna steal someone's dog, man? Are you serious?
You tell her she's a goddamn whore.
Are you serious? So she's a thief, a liar, and she steals dogs. Guys, this has to be one of the biggest scumbags that we've ever seen. Look at that.
She pleaded guilty to theft.
It's amazing to get Max back.
Oh,
for years,
poor
former
puppy.
coworkers and therapists accused O'Brien of lying about a cancer diagnosis to avoid her obligations.
Is there a reason? Guys, she doesn't even have cancer. She's just wearing the thing. She's faking. Look at that.
Why she hasn't been able to provide direct documentation of cancer treatment. Your facts are all wrong, Joe.
She had a legal heavyweight defending her in court. Her attorney, former attorney general and current state superintendent Tom Horn, a longtime acquaintance of O'Brien. Now, the indictment claims O'Brien used one of her companies, Kids A Therapy, to steal $340,000 in COVID funds.
Damn!
That company remains listed as an authorized tutor for the Arizona Department of Education. And that means it's eligible to receive even more COVID funds. Now, I've asked Superintendent Tom Horn, given O'Brien's history of alleged Medicaid fraud, non-payment of contractors, dog napping, and now this 20-count criminal indictment, whether he thinks O'Brien should be removed as a contractor for the Department of Ed. Horn tells me in a written statement, Miss O'Brien is entitled to her day in court.
Look at that.
O'Brien is due back in court next month. She has pleaded not guilty. Her attorney has previously told us she obtained the COVID loans under the rules set forth by the federal government.
Now, guys, let's go to TikTok, all right? Because, guys, look at this. Let's just break out. Guys, this chick is going to federal prison. Her whole thing, her whole TikTok is her counting down the days of her having to turn herself in to go to prison. Okay? Look at this, guys.
So here's the update on my federal sentencing. I was sentenced to 114 months. My charges were 1 count of wire fraud, 1 count of money laundering. The reason why I got such a high sentencing is because they decided to use intended loss in my case. And when they used the intended loss in my case, it took me from 14 points to 34 points. They added an additional 20 points. And the reason they did this is because a few people
Look at those eyelashes, guys. What is going on?
lied about the facts and the material matter of the case. However, I am doing my due diligence to make sure that sentence is overturned because I have reviewed cases similar to mine and the math ain't mathing. The monetary loss for my case isn't even over $800,000.
Oh, it isn't even over $800,000. Oh, yeah. Oh, they're just so out of touch that they're. It wasn't even 800,000. It was 750,000, guys. And guys, how long do you think before she pulls the race card? Right?
Oh man, we can play the race card.
The monetary loss directly related to the charges that I pled guilty to is only about $190,000. So 114 months. That sentence is very excessive and harsh. So I am doing my due diligence to do what I need to do to try to get that sentence reduced because even the restitution amount in my case is like compared to the time and cases similar to mine, ridiculous. But yeah, y'all wish me luck on this journey, and I will give updates. I'm starting a 30-day journey today. I'll post some updates later on tonight with what I'll be doing. So y'all follow me as I prepare to go to the federal penitentiary and to give y'all updates on the status of this case and its sentence overturning. But yeah,
look at that, guys. Okay, now here we go.
Okay, you guys, here we are.
Now, guys, this chick is like a 5 or a 4 at best, a 3, right? But guys, look at how different she looks without these stupid.
So here's the update on my federal sentence.
Lashes on.
Okay,
she's like a 4, right? A 3, but why do girls wear this crap on their face? You know?
You guys, here we are. That's for story time. I'm gonna drop a few jewels, and I'm gonna keep it moving. So, I had a neighbor. This neighbor initial will be PJ. So PJ told me about a program that was going on for people who were independent contractor, business owners, self-employed individuals.
Here we go.
And if the pandemic.
Now, how much you guys want to bet that she's going to make herself the victim? Because guys, put a 1 if you agree that women always are the heroes or the victims in their own stories. But 99% of the time, they're volunteers, right?
Pandemic affected you in any type of way as far as a decrease in your income, then you qualify for certain fundings from the government in order to keep your business thriving and sustaining. Well, I looked it up. I saw that I qualified. I completed my application. So after I completed my application, PJ wanted her application completed as well. However, I told her she could do her own. And so she came over to my place. I walked her through the process and she said on my computer and she completed her own. So mind you, let me also note that PJ was not able to get internet connection turned on in her home for some odd reason. So we shared Wi-Fi. And
guys, do you believe that? That's cap. That's cap. So guys, how much you want to bet? She's going to try and say that her friend was using her Wi-Fi and her friend was sending stuff from her Wi-Fi, and now that's why the cops are. So it's all her friend's fault. Guaranteed that's what she's going to say.
Sharing Wi-Fi, we had the same IP address. Take note of that me and my neighbor shared the same IP address. Okay, so she informed me that she knew a lot of people who were paying people like $500 to $1,000 up front, off top, for people to do this and help them with their application. And she was like, girl, you're such an honest and loyal person. You would be a great person to do this. Like, I know for a fact you wouldn't play with them. You would make sure they had their money and everything else. So I was like, okay, I'll give it a shot. I do enjoy helping people, so I took an opportunity. I would charge people like $100, and I would do their application based off of the facts of what they told me about their business structure and what they had going on.
Look at that, guys. So I'm a good person, and I was just trying to help. I was trying to blah, 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 right? As I was filling out government applications, I was falsifying records. Guys, you're not allowed to fill out paperwork on someone's behalf. So, for instance, I can't go into a bank and say that I'm Anthony Williams, right? And fill out a bank application for. And I damn sure can't say that I'm him and fill out anything for the government. But guys, she was just trying to help. She was just trying to help, please.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
Clown world.
So I charged $100. Did the application.
And you especially can't charge money, $100.
Tell me what their information, everything. They came and saw me, whatever, and they went on about their lives. And let's remember, PJ has my Wi-Fi connection, so everything going through the IP address, no matter if it's going from her apartment, my apartment, or what, anything on that IP address belongs to me.
Look at that.
So it was a lot of traffic coming over, a little bit too much. I am a mother. At the time, I was a mother of 3 kids. I had just had a newborn as well.
Of course, you're a mother of 3 kids. Of course, right? Right, guys? Of course.
You didn't have second thoughts. Now you're a single mom. Now you're a single mom.
So I decided to set up a business because not only was I helping people get government grants and fundings and loans, I also was helping people apply for college, scholarships, financial aid, food stamps, any type of thing, anything that anybody needed to submit as far as paperwork. I was helping them, assisting them.
Which is illegal. You cannot do that.
Getting their things done in order to get any type of benefits that was needed for their situation that they qualified for. So boom, a business is born. However, after looking at a few things, I was notified by another girl that came to me how they were going around and busting people for like helping people get PPP loans and XYZ. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to stop helping people because I don't want to get caught up in whatever they got going on because, like, I have kids. So I decided to stop doing SBA EIDL's application. And also,
but it doesn't matter because you did. Guys, let's just say her story is correct. And it's not, obviously, right? Come on, right? It doesn't matter because you still committed the crime, you dunderhead.
PPPs for people were assisting them with theirs because I was hearing all the rumors about how they was just busting people for literally helping. So I decided that this is not what I wanted to do. So here is PJ. Mind you, I opened up a business away from my home. I put this business as a different business because I didn't want to get caught up in all that crazy stuff that I was hearing and seeing, right? So PJ like, girl, I know a few more people that need your help. Don't start this business just yet. Just do that for a little while. I'll even help you. Just help them. I done told them about you with the boot. Me being a people pleaser, instead of listening to my first mind and focusing on my other business, which was going to be a nonprofit home healthcare business that assisted the elderly with
guys, are you really?
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked. Bamboozled. Led astray. Run amok.
Do you guys believe this? And look at this, guys. You're so well spoken, also very intelligent, but even intelligent people make bad decisions. Sometimes even though your heart was in the right place. Please. This is such cap. Do you guys see how she's concocted this story to make her seem like the hero and the victim? I was going to start a business with the nonprofit to help out the disabled and, pull baby seals out of fires, But I was just trying to help people. And then this evil government's coming. Get the fuck out of here, man.
Services, cleaning services, getting to their doctor's appointment, grocery shopping, just do whatever. Like my other business and getting away from helping people the way that this neighbor of mine initiated, I decided to keep going because it was very lucrative. So I got distracted. And I was officially notified that I was being investigated by the FBI. They talked to several people.
Look at that, guys. The FBI. The FBI, guys. Let's go. Let's go. Now, guys, I know a lot of us are like not the biggest fans of the government, right? You know what I'm saying? A lot of us are all small government guys. But guys, that's the one. Guys, put a 1 if you agree. That's the one time where you're actually cheering on these 3-letter agencies is when they're after these 304s, right? Right, guys? When they're actually doing their jobs and getting these frauds. Guys, the FBI, IRS, let's go. That's the only time that I'm freaking saluting the FBI and the IRS.
They were very intimidating. I even was told that like they literally would sit outside people's doors. Like they literally made it hard for people not to talk to them. And a lot of people didn't even know that they didn't have to talk to them because it was very intimidating. So one person had called me as soon as the FBI agent had left their home and gave me their contact information. And I contacted the agent and was like, I heard that she was asking personal questions about me. And you were asking people.
Whoa, wait a minute. Is she saying that she called the FBI on purpose? She called the FBI. Are you serious? Guys, how dumb can you be?
Some people are really fucking stupid.
Information about me who I didn't even do their files. Like some people, I didn't even do their files. Their PPP loan, they probably came to me for the SBA EID.
Guys, let me see. We have 87 people watching, guys. We have 47 likes, guys. Make sure to stop. Take a second. Hit the like button, guys, please. I'd appreciate that. Once again, guys, I put the actual StreamYard link for anyone who wants to come on up, guys. Or you can join the channel. You can get a membership.
But I did not do their PPP loans. So some people, they were getting confused on which program I assisted them with because a lot of people that came to me had went to someone else to do their PPP loans.
Good.
However, because I was local and close, they came to me to do their SBA EIDL application to assist them with it. So let me make sure I be clear on that. I contacted the agent. The agent came and spoke with me. I was very open with them and let them know what was going on. And I just asked them that, hey, like if this ever have to lead to me getting a federal case, could you please contact me to turn myself in? I will turn myself in and whatever.
Do you guys honestly believe that this is how it went? Come on, man.
Need for me to do, I would do it. I just don't want you busting down my door like I am some type of drug lord in this mentally messes up my children because I have small kids and I don't want anything to traumatize them because I've heard stories of how the FBI have raided people in the middle of the night or the middle of the morning and it has, caused damage to the children.
So maybe you shouldn't fraudulently be filling out people's PPP loans, you dumbass.
In certain ways. So long story short, I got this case. Most of the application linked back to my IP address. Since the application linked back to my IP address, since I provided receipts for my application, I have received the RRF grant, and I could not find the original receipts because I had moved. And
so in other words, guys, she's saying that it was her friend. And guys, look, her whole TikTok is counting down the days. Look at this.
So day 19 out of 30, it is getting closer to my self-surrender date. Today started off great. I assisted a friend with decorating a room for her husband. It is his birthday today. And
so guys, look, she's counting down.
So everyone has been speaking on PJ. I'm going to say this, and I'm in no way trying to defend her. So today is day 20 out of 30, and it started off well. My 1-year-old stayed with me last night because yesterday he stopped walking, and we spent most of the night at the
We spunt instead of spent. We spunt. What?
Emergency room trying to figure out what's going on. He got up this morning. He still showed the same signs. However, he did eventually get his strength back in his left leg, and he started back walking. He still had a little. Today is 21 out of 30, and it's been a meh day. The kids went with their father, and they did their Easter activities with him. I attended church service with my sister, and then I met back up with the kids and enjoyed the evening with them. My 1-year-old got hurt, so we're in the hospital. Hopefully, it's not a major injury, and it's something just simple as a sprain.
Look at this. God's gonna turn it around for you. Your time will get decreased. Just stay prayed up and positive. Keep God first. Come on, guys. I tell you, these 304s, they act like God's some intergalactic Santa Claus, right? Come on, man. Guys, we have 90, so we have 87 people watching. We have 54 likes, guys. Hit the like button. Appreciate that.
I seen some of the comments, and you know what? The negative comments, I'm just going to let y'all talk to yourself because, hey, it's a free world. State your cause. Live life. Other than that, this is day 21. I did some more moving today, too. Like, I had my kids, they have like a lot of clothes and shoes. And I'm the type of mother, I buy out of season. So when it's wintertime, I buy for the summer. Was going to have all of them together. But I do not.
This guy. So she just counts down. Right? Uh-oh. Look at that, guys. So all this. She's cooked. Cooked. Absolutely cooked.
So I seen a comment that says the reason why her guideline was so high is because she has a history of fraud. First of all, I do not have a history of fraud.
Guys, do you believe that? They wouldn't have given her this much time unless she had, yeah, guys, she has her donations up here. Yeah. Yep, she does. Look at that.
Oh, baby. Y'all on this good old internet is baby. Y'all will take a story and turn it into something that is totally not.
She says she's a victim, guys. She honestly thinks she's a victim.
Hey you all, how you doing today? Just want to do a quick update, a quick video. Today is a very busy day for me. I am moving.
All right, I can't look at her face anymore, guys. I just can't. I can't, right? So, guys, here, let's go here real fast. Look at this chick right here. Look at this.
My coworker got fired for getting the PPP loan. The reason why I'm bringing this up is because I saw a girl's video saying that she just had her case with the feds regarding getting the PPP loan, like lying on the application, and she got sentenced to 9.5 years.
Yeah.
9.5 years.
Good.
And I saw other people in the comments saying that they're going through their case. I saw somebody else say that they got sentenced for wire fraud. And these people are not playing. They are not playing, and banks are assisting. They are assisting in the process. As somebody who works in banking, who's worked in multiple different banks, the banks help the IRS. But let me tell y'all what happened with my coworker. So this is my coworker that turned into a friend. So I had already left the company by the time that she got fired. But ultimately what happened was, this was 2022. The list came out of everybody who had got the PPP loan. She obviously was on that list. And she ended up in HR. Clearly the bank was looking at the list. Not my current job, y'all. Again, this is a company that I left. So don't call them people again, please. But she ended up in a meeting with HR. They asked her like, oh, you were on this list, you have a business. And basically there was a date that your business had to be established to qualify for the PPP loan. And a lot of people created LLCs after that date, and that's how they know if your application was fraudulent.
Look at
And so
that.
they told her, like, I don't think that you qualified for this PPP loan based on when you established your business or whatever, but she didn't admit to anything. And her business was selling handmade jewelry, right?
See, I told you guys. I told you. You guys think I'm crazy. Guys, call me Jay Stradamus. Guys, we can call it, right? Guys, these knuckleheads, when they were trying to get these PPP loans, right? Selling jewelry, selling hair bundles, selling nails, all this foolishness, right? Selling handmade jewelry, please.
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked. Bamboozled. Led astray. Run amok.
So the reason why they were able to fire her is because if you've ever worked for a bank, a financial institution, a brokerage, you have to disclose all outside business activities. It's regulatory. You have to sign off that you will disclose anything, any second job, any second source of income. If you're a part of the board of directors for any type of company, nonprofit, sometimes even volunteer work, you have to disclose it so that the bank can make sure it's not a conflict of interest. So basically they fired her because they said that her not disclosing that she had a business was violating company policy, because she should have told them. And I'm sure y'all are going to say, well, she should have told them that, she stopped the business when she started working. I guess whenever she established it, she had already started working there. So like the dates just didn't line up. But yeah, they fired her and said that it was because she didn't disclose that she had a business. But if she had disclosed that she had a business, it wouldn't have been a conflict of interest for her to sell handmade jewelry. They fired her because of that PPP loan.
Yeah.
And that was just her excuse. So be careful, y'all. They are coming. My coworker got fired for getting the PPP.
Look at that, guys. Cooked. I don't feel bad for him, guys. I don't. Look at that. All these PPP loans, man. Hold on. Let's go back here, guys. Hold on. Where were we? There's this one. This one.
A phone call to who?
Listen, we just want to talk to you real quick.
She's so.
Are you?
I don't want to get bit by a dog. That's why
Just my comfort and like just for my own.
I can hang out here. We can hang out here. She just wants to watch.
There it is.
Should I head to the airport? You guys, I just found out I'm on a PPP loan list and I'm scared.
Look at that, guys. Just found out she's on the list. Making a list. She's checking it twice. Gonna find out who's a moron or not. Orange man is coming to town. Yeah. Cooked. And guys, you guys notice a pattern here? What these fraudsters look like, guys? Maybe the the gender and other things of these people, right, guys?
What should I do?
You're cooked.
Should I head to the airport? I'm serious. I'm scared, and I need your advice. What do I do? Because I can't go to jail. I got too much going on to go to jail.
Here's the thing that I don't get, guys. Guys, here. I don't condone doing anything illegal, right? I don't. But if you're going to do some dirt, guys, do it for life-changing money, right? I'm not breaking the law unless it's for at least $3 million. And then I'm going to jump on a boat and sail to friggin' somewhere where there's not extradition treaty, all right? I'm not going to an airport, right? I'm going to jump on a boat and end up in Brazil. Well, I think Brazil has somewhere where there's no extradition treaty, because they will get you at the airport,
I need your help. Let me know what to do.
We're going to talk about this. The PPP loan was for small business owners that needed to have income during the time COVID was going on and businesses were closed. Take out money for their businesses that were not established. These were fake, fraudulent businesses, and they received the money. Did not have proper documentation for the business. They were not able to provide that the business was real. They were not able to provide proof that they had the X amount of employees that they said to have the money given to them, because the government was just trying to make sure that businesses stayed open during the pandemic. We're also collecting the PPP loan money for their fraudulent business, also applied for unemployment because they were laid off of their job. So this is why people are being affected for the PPP loan and for unemployment, because you did one double dip of the PPP loan and you also did a double dip of being on unemployment when you, one, did not have a business, and then two, you said that you received income from this business, but you did not need it when you were receiving your unemployment if you supposedly had a business. So you received PPP and you received unemployment. Theoretically, you shouldn't receive anything for PPP because you had a fraudulent business, and then you should not have received unemployment because you actually did work. When they ask to look at your bank information, or they request your bank information and they see that you have direct deposits from unemployment as well as your employer, and then you are also received the PPP loan, baby, proof is in the statement.
So imagine you have this one person in the fucking world that you wholeheartedly trust. You don't agree with their life decisions, life choices, but hey, so the fuck what? You don't pass judgment on this person. You thought you had a great relationship with this person, 10 plus years friendship, only to find out that this person used your name along with your husband's name to get a fucking PPP loan.
Now in the chat, guys, I want you to let me know if you think that this is true, or do you think that her and her husband did this, or here it was her idea to do it and she put her and her husband's name, and now she's trying to dodge, dive, and dodge, right, guys? I guarantee that she did this. It's her fault, because I mean she has the bull ring in her nose, you know. Come on.
So let me go ahead and back up a little bit. Last night scrolling on Instagram, came across this video as far as like a list where you can go and check who all got the loan. So what did my nosy ass do? I clicked on the fucking link and went to that website because I wanted to see. So I'm just scrolling. Then went back to TikTok and seen another video, and she was like, oh, well, I want to see if my name is on there. So I went back to the site and looked up my name. When I tell you that my name was listed on there for $11,000 loan, and the crazy part is I knew a couple of people that was doing this shit, which I didn't pass judgment. Like I said, that's your fucking life. You want to do that? So be it. I got kids to look after. Knowing the government ain't giving out shit for free. So once I see my name and then I scroll down a little bit, it also tells you the business entity and also the business type. So I looked that up and I was like, that was a red flag for me because of the specific type of business that they put in. So that person that has a similar business, I looked that person up. When I did, it was the same business entity, same business type. And this person had 2 loans taken out in her name. So then I'm like, damn, this person has, relatives and stuff. Let me look up their names. Looked up their names. And I took screenshots because now I'm like, now shit is adding up. So this business entity, this business type, then the address that was used for this, along with
This is such cap, guys. This is such cap. Thank you, Oliver. Yes, cap. This is such BS, guys. Come on, right?
The banking information that was used. Now I'm starting to see a pattern. Now all the shit is adding up. I am giving this person 24 hours to reach out to me. I'm not worried about the law coming and knocking at my door. They're going to do their investigation or whatever the fuck they do, and they're going to realize it wasn't me. So I'm not worried about that portion of it. But as far as you, I know you're going to see this shit. I'm posting it to TikTok and my Instagram. I'm giving you 24 hours.
On the back.
Billions with a B. They're coming.
They're coming for that behind, guys. And here we go. Look at this.
Hearing from Broward Sheriff Gregory Toney after 17 deputies have been arrested and charged with fraud. Local 10's Roy Ramos is live with this developing story. Roy.
Nicole, and we have learned that nearly 100 BSO employees did apply
for the PPP
What?
loans. And of the 100, 17 of them are now facing federal charges. Well,
Look at
as you
that.
mentioned today, we did get a chance to speak with Broward Sheriff Gregory Toney about these allegations, and he says if his employees were involved in this type of criminal activity, they do not deserve to be working in the law enforcement profession. Did you believe you were...
Guys, of course. We all knew what they were going to look like, right, guys?
receiving these loans legitimately? 17 members of the Broward Sheriff's Office, which include both BSO deputies and detention deputies, released from the federal courthouse in Fort Lauderdale after being indicted on charges that include wire fraud after federal investigators said they fraudulently applied for and received funds from the Paycheck Protection Program, or PPP loans.
Bonds were set. They're being released. Nobody, as far as I know, is being detained. And we'll take it from there. We'll be back in court.
Attorney Brian Silber represents 3 of the defendants, some of whom have either been suspended or placed on leave pending the outcome of the investigation.
I can't comment on the nature of the case.
Guys, here's another chick who went to jail. Come on, guys, right? Come on.
Can't tell the full story. So I went to jail and I had to spend some time in jail, and I'm not going to tell the full story now because I can't tell the full story now. I'm waiting past a certain date. But this is the thing. And mine was behind unemployment, right? But it was the worst experience of my life. I am definitely going to write a book about it. But what I'm trying to tell you is that these PPP loans, I didn't mess with that. I'm so glad I didn't mess with that. But those people who did mess with it, they serious. They serious about picking people up that's getting overpayments. Mine was about an overpayment, believe it or not. They serious about picking people up about these PPP loans. I saw the video where this lady was crying. A mother was crying because they came to the house to pick her up. And we know that we have all these billionaires, millionaires that apply for this money. We know that they, didn't even need the money, probably would just take the money, use it, getting money like everybody else because they feel like they met the qualifications. Why? Meager people, had to kind of try to figure out other ways to be able to get help that they actually need. You're talking about going through the pandemic and talking about people struggling and talking about people.
Here we go again, guys, right? The same story, right?
Needing to keep their businesses afloat and then not meeting certain minimum qualifications. It's very sad. It's very sad. But the truth of the matter is that they are arresting people. I heard that they were saying something about 5 years or a fine plus 5 years, but whatever it is, a day away from your kids or a day away from your family to be locked up is not good. And so I'm hoping that with everything going on in the world, I just wonder where they find the people at to actually go and search for the people who got these PPP loans. I'm sure people that got it needed it. It does not excuse it, but from somebody who actually had to spend time behind bars, this stuff, when they talk about taking money and mine was like a technicality. It was like, I couldn't even believe it. Like, are you serious? Like overpayment. But like I said,
come on, guys.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
You guys believe this, right? You guys, isn't it funny that when these 304s, when they do stuff wrong, they downplay it, right? Like it wasn't even that big of a deal, right? Oh, it was a technicality, or it was only this much. It was only 800,000. It wasn't a million. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna explain it later in another video, but when it comes to government money, state money, federal money, they want their money back, right? Even though the price gouging, the ripping us off, the inflation, the taxes, everything else is a scam. If you try to even get some money that actually belongs to us, it's ridiculous.
This is her reasoning here, guys, right? So I can lie to the government and steal taxpayers' money, right? and I'm justified.
You stupid woman.
Look at that, guys. Now here's her having, and of course she's all about Jesus now, right? Look at this.
So, guys, let me explain. I went to jail for overpayment for unemployment, right? So I brought that up to say that when it comes to overpayment for unemployment, when it comes to getting food stamps, getting SNAP benefits, getting child support money that you're not supposed to be getting, all of those types.
Guys, we have 87 people watching, and we have 59 likes. Guys, make sure to hit the like button. I appreciate that.
The thing ties up into the government money, including PPP loans, right? Sometimes I have to break things down for people who don't get the correlation right away. Kiki, whoever your name is or whatever, right? But the reason why I brought it up is because they seriously are arresting people for these crimes. Now, there is a website for PPP loan.
Now, guys, here, let's look at her whole jail thing here, all right? Let's see. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about jail no more. So let me answer these questions. I'm just going to tell as much of the story as I can. I didn't see all the questions from the previous videos, but yes, I went to jail for unemployment.
Whoa, wait a minute. Guys, look at this. Look at this. Look at this, guys. This cop stole this person's debit card and used it. Look at this. Look at this.
You might, if it was a scripted drama like Law and Order, you might say this could never happen. But this is real life. Meet Lena Ritz. She did what the LAPD wouldn't do. That is until they saw the evidence she gathered. And wait until you hear who the suspect is.
Look at this.
I was fired up because I don't like injustice.
Ugh. Look at look at this, bro. This chick has got to have the herp dude. The herp derp dude. Come
Lena
on,
Ritz's
man.
troubles started on July 16th, although she wouldn't know the extent of them until later. On that Sunday, she went to the LAPD detention center in downtown LA to bail out a relative on an unrelated charge. A couple of days later, she was going through this phone case where she keeps her credit cards when she noticed something wrong. Her debit card was missing. She discovered someone was using her debit card to buy expensive items. She went into overdrive.
So I logged on to my online bank account and I noticed a very large transaction at a furniture store. And I thought, this is very weird.
Lena called her bank customer service representative over and over again, but she says she got no assurances that Citibank would cover her losses or even investigate. In fact, they pointed an accusatory finger at her, saying that she must have made the charges because a debit card requires a PIN. They referred her to local police. Lena says she tried reaching the LAPD a dozen times. Again, no interest in helping her.
When the detectives wouldn't do anything, I thought to myself, where do I go from here?
So Lena turned relentless investigator. She went to every store where her card was used. She tracked down receipts with dates and times. She begged, cajoled, and convinced some of the stores to give her the security video of her card being used by the suspect.
Home Depot was very helpful. They sent me clips of him using it, and I asked for it to be time-stamped. There's a security...
Now, guys, here we go. Here we go, guys. Look at the PPP loans. Look at this, guys. Watch.
Have received more than $11 billion through the Paycheck
$11 billion in Minnesota alone.
Protection Program.
Tonight, the story of one company that got a loan. That company already on the ropes long before the pandemic hit, and a CEO that wasn't above trying to pull strings with politicians. Here's Tom Lydon of the Fox 9 Investigators.
Look at this, guys.
If you went only by the pictures promoting her business ventures.
Look at that, guys.
Kim Singh looked like a lady on top of her game.
She seemed super put together.
Traveling the world as CEO of Global Medical Services, a concierge medical tourism company, a middleman really between wealthy foreign dignitaries looking to receive treatment and Minnesota doctors and hospitals.
Always in suits, always in heels. When I met her, she was driving a 2016 Jaguar. Gorgeous, like $1 million home in the Lake of the Isles area.
This woman joined the company as an analyst in August of 2019. She says Kim Singh liked to brag about her political connections, especially with Attorney General Keith Ellison.
So you must have figured you got in with a baller.
Exactly, yeah.
That this was someone who was
The real deal, yeah.
the real deal and making things happen.
Yeah.
But only 2 weeks into the job, she learned Global Medical Services, with about 26 employees, wasn't making payroll.
Guys, in the chat, I want you to describe to me how pathetic you have to be like a failed Indian person. Because, guys, you know, like the average salary for like an Indian American is six figures, right? How are you going to be the one Indian person that sucks at making money?
Some of her coworkers hadn't been paid in 4 months.
What?
She had a young daughter to take care of. She couldn't do that.
What did you make of that?
Well, I was pretty shocked. I guess that was nothing.
The embassies were supposed to send us $2 million before Eid, and they didn't.
Kim Singh claimed Saudi Arabia owed her nearly $2 million. The United Arab Emirates, nearly $500,000. And payments were due from Qatar and Kuwait as well. But Singh, she thought, wasn't showing much compassion for her unpaid employees.
They choose to pay, and yet they're getting angry about it, which is fine.
Well, I mean, it's understandable that they would get angry if they're falling behind on their mortgage and their car payment and they don't have health insurance.
Find another job. Find another job.
Kim, the legal implications, too, of not paying employees are huge.
But Kim Singh already knew that because she failed to pay 35 employees of 2 previous companies she ran.
Damn!
Premier Diagnostic Imaging and Minnesota Medical Imaging.
Look at
The
that!
Department of Labor suing her and fining her more than $20,000.
I'm certain I'm not the only person that she has kind of screwed over, and there's got to be a long list of people in front of me and behind me that this is happening to.
Kim Singh is also facing lawsuits, like the one from Denise Petrica, who runs a small travel agency in Eau Claire. Kim Singh called and said the company was looking for a new travel agency and booked an extravagant business trip to Hong Kong. The bill was $29,000.
Damn.
And she hasn't seen a dime.
Honestly, right about now, that $28,000-$30,000, I mean, that's the matter of me being able to be open another few months.
Global Medical Services is also being sued for fraud by MD Capital, a finance company that purchased GMS's invoices for $4.3 million. When Singh was questioned about whether the hospitals were getting their money, she came up with this letter from M Health Fairview's CFO, acknowledging receipt of payment from Global Medical Services of $1.2
Did she make that in Photoshop, right, guys?
million. M Health Fairview tells the Fox 9 investigators the letter is a forgery.
Oh, I called it!
Person
I
wouldn't
called
say
it!
whether the hospital was ever paid.
There was nothing to even piece together when I left. Bill collectors coming left and right. We got evicted from our office, actually, while the staff were there.
According to court records, by November of 2019, Global Medical Services had virtually no employees, no official office, and not much of a business to speak of. But the global pandemic of 2020 would provide GMS with what you might call some new opportunities.
Here we go.
By this point, GMS had a new chief financial officer, Sam McQuaid, with quite a resume. The Fox 9 investigators learned he was convicted of felony theft in North Dakota last year for financial fraud involving his condo association. With McQuaid handling the books, in May of this year, Global Medical Services applied for the Paycheck Protection Program.
Look at that.
Receiving nearly $300,000 from the Small Business Administration, a taxpayer loan that's forgivable. Money GMS claimed would be used to retain its 40 employees. Workers, mind you, they'd already let go 7 months earlier.
Damn.
Long story short, yes, the company is legitimate. and is active.
A company spokesperson, Amy Gaston, told me the money was being...
Guys, they're going to go to jail over $396,000. I need someone in this chat to tell me if you were willing to risk your freedom over $396,000.
being used to drum up future business.
In applying for the PPP loan, GMS, Global Medical Services, says they have 40 employees. But by that point, you did not have 40 employees.
The intention was to
look.
Employees.
hire all those people back.
And Global Medical Services was still looking to do deals, this time with the state of Minnesota, supplying fully equipped mobile ICU units for the pandemic. And Kim Singh called on Attorney General Keith Ellison to cut through the red tape. Singh had contributed money to his campaign. The Fox 9 investigators made a public records request to the Attorney General's office and obtained text messages between Kim Singh and Ellison's chief of staff, Donna Cassett, who helped her with the request. Kim Singh writes, "Thank you very much. You and Keith have been wonderful through this process." Cassett said she contacted the governor's office to see if there is someone there that could take a look at her proposal.
Cooked, right? Absolutely insane. Guys, we'll look at one more case here. Hold on. Where is that pastor? Hold on. Here we go.
All right, y'all. We're going to get it.
Oh, wait. I think this is copyright. Hold on. Where was it? There was one more here, guys. These PPP loans. Guys, like I said, why would you...
The PPP warrant list is real. They have a real page with my fucking name on it for $37,000. Not only $37,000, but also because I used my child's father's name to open up a bank account to get $18,000. Bro, I really thought it was a joke when I see it on the TikTok. I thought it was a fucking joke. There's so many people on there that I know that is on that list, bro. On that fucking list. Meanwhile, I just had a baby. Bro. Like, and as for that person that sent me a text talking about that's your ass, bitch.
That's what I've been saying. It's your ass, right, guys?
I know who the fuck that was. Devontae Smith. That's your ass. How about that?
If you've been living under a rock, PPP loan arrest.
Can I just say bye to my kids?
Yeah, I mean, we don't really want you to go back in. So that's the only thing.
God, I don't want them to. I don't want that type of anxiety to sit with them.
If you want us to like step up and one of us stay with you, and the kids can come out and you just tell them that you gotta come and talk to us at the station or something like that.
Yeah.
That way you don't have all four of us standing around when they come out and they can look through.
Wait.
I'm good.
You good with that?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
This happened on September 13th, 2024. Destiny Harris got a knock on her door from police.
Yep, got a knock on her door. Guys, I don't feel bad for him. Right?
And we'll explain to you what.
Neither should you. Now, guys, here, let's do one thing here. Let's switch gears here. Right, guys? Give me 1 second. Guys, let me know how you feel about these PPP loans, man. Guys, there are guys that were hurting during the cough, and they didn't do this. Right? Even they didn't do this. Because, guys, we don't want the government involved in our lives any more than we have to. Right? Now, guys, hold on. Let's do this. And let me open the chat back up, guys, because we'll just do 150 and 304s. Guys, thanks all you guys for being here, man. You know, you guys are gonna see more of these daytime lives, guys. And once again, guys, hit the like button, the super chat buttons there also, and hit the link to become a member. Thanks for that, guys. Where was this thing here? Hold on, 1 second, guys. There's one clip from yesterday. Let me see. This knucklehead do it. Hold on, guys. Gotta do one thing here.
On April 2nd, 2025, officers were dispatched to a restaurant for a call of a young woman trespassing.
Hello. Oh, sorry, guys. First of all.
That's the sound of the police.
Hi. Good. Just waiting for the bathroom. I've been looking for more than an hour.
Okay.
What's going on?
You guys knocked. Has anyone answered?
Yeah, she's answering, but she just won't open the door.
Okay, do you have a key?
I wrote a key, but whatever.
You guys all have a key? All right.
Yeah. Mira, come in.
It's not public, it's private. You've been there in an hour. They need you to leave. It is a private business. They want you to leave. If you do not leave, you will go to jail.
And this is your last warning. Come out, open the door.
You're refusing to leave. That is what you're doing wrong. It's called trespassing. Well, you are trespassing on private property.
Uh-oh, they're putting on the gloves, guys. They're putting on the gloves.
If you have medical problems, we're gonna get you medic.
Or you go to jail.
Step out of the property, or you're going in handcuffs. Ma'am, did you hear what I said?
Where is this? Ohio, West Palm Beach, Florida.
Motherfucker.
No, off the property. That means out of the parking lot, off the sidewalk.
What is she doing?
If you come back onto this property, sidewalk or parking lot, you go to jail.
Motherfucker, bro, you are ridiculous.
Shut
I was
up.
using the bathroom and I had
It doesn't
medical
matter.
issues.
Other people need to use the bathroom.
I know my rights.
You have no rights on private property. If they don't want you there, you have to leave.
Not private property.
Yes, it is.
This is a public restaurant.
It is a private entity.
You know what? You know what?
This is your last chance. Leave or you go to jail.
I'm off the property.
No, you're not. You're still in their parking lot.
You guys want her to leave, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Still in the parking lot.
All right. And who's the manager?
I know
The
my
manager.
rights.
Okay. And you want her to leave?
You're going to get hit by a car.
It's in the bathroom.
I mean, it's good for her to use the bathroom, but it's not staying for that bathroom.
Okay.
Look at that. And of course, she's not going to leave, guys. Of course.
Right now, do you want her to
JD, what's up, dude? Gregory, how's it going, man?
leave the property? Okay. Now,
All right, let's get back.
Motherfuckers can
They don't
use
have to
both
let
of
you
them.
use it
Why?
because it's a private entity.
Okay, and if I was buying something, that's
They can deny
allowed.
you service.
So can I get my food?
No.
No.
at this
Get
time,
out.
they
That
don't
I
want your
paid
service.
for?
Nope. They don't want you
They don't
back on
want
their
your
property
service.
for a year. If
Leave.
you come back, you go to jail.
You don't even know my name.
We don't need to know your name. If you come back, you're going to
You don't know
jail.
my name.
We know your
I
face.
know
It's
my
recorded.
property. I know my
Shut up.
All right.
Shortly after the initial incident, officers arrived back to the scene when the woman attempted to return to the establishment.
Whoa, whoa, hold on. So this is what is this? Let me see. Was it 10:28? No. 8:30. Yeah. So it's 8:30, guys. They come back.
Shortly after the initial incident, officers arrived back to the scene when the woman attempted to return to the establishment.
He comes back 20 minutes later.
This
Look at that.
So did you guys allow her? I'm saying, did you guys allow her? Because you guys been coming.
I just got food. What are you doing?
Don't fight. Don't fight.
What are you doing? She just
You're
said I can order food. What are you doing? You just said I could order food. She just said I could order food.
You're under arrest.
Really?
No, just arrest her.
Wait. I know my rights. Wait.
Don't fight.
Wait.
You fight, you're gonna get hurt.
Wait.
I'm telling you. Put your hands together.
Girl, did you not just say I could order food? Did you not just say I could order food? You told me you're talking
God, she's been detained right now.
I was on the phone with them and I asked you if I could order food. Now I have to call them again.
Relax.
Can I please
Relax.
can you please stop?
Relax.
Can you please stop?
Right now.
For what?
Right now.
Trespassing. For what?
Trespassing.
For what? You just said I could order
let's go.
food.
No, you went to the bathroom and I told you they just told you to leave and then you say you were talking to them because you were better.
Please.
Let's go.
Food. That's my phone.
Your phone's right here. Your phone, we got your phone.
What the fuck? You just said I could order food.
You just said I could order food.
What the fuck?
What a dummy.
What the fuck, dude? Can I please make a phone call? Because I was just talking to your managers.
Relax right now.
I was just on the phone with the company. Let me make a phone call.
What?
Please. No.
All right.
No. You just broke off all of my nails.
All right, stand up. Get in the car.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Hey guys, did you see this case right here? Guys, a New Mexico judge had an illegal in their house. I think it's a woman
last
too.
month after Homeland Security
Look at
arrested his tenant, who was accused of being a member of the
look at the guy.
Venezuelan transnational criminal gang Tren de Aragua.
Look at that.
According to the criminal complaint, former Doña Ana County Magistrate Judge Joel Cano rented out his casita to Christian Ortega Lopez at the behest of his wife last year. They met Ortega Lopez when his wife hired him to do housework.
Look at that, guys. How are you going to hire this guy and then have him stay at your house? How stupid can you be? What is going on, guys?
Some people are really fucking stupid.
The district attorney's office says their daughter had multiple firearms and let Ortega Lopez hold, shoot, and pose with them in pictures that were posted on social media. The Fed seized those firearms and arrested Ortega Lopez in February. Homeland Security says Ortega Lopez admitted to entering the country illegally in 2023. Due to overcrowding, he was released from an El Paso Border Patrol facility pending his deportation hearing.
Absolutely insane.
What the fuck?
Get in the car and shut up.
My fucking arms! I need to go! Please! Not okay! It's not okay!
Not okay!
This is not okay! I need to make a phone call! I need one! I deserve it! I am legally required to get one!
When you get to county.
No, now! Technically, I'm allowed to have my phone back here.
Yeah, right. Says who?
All the rights.
I know my fucking rights, bro!
See? Check the address. That's the IC.
They should have called Animal Patrol, right, guys?
Right. And check the. Hey! Yep, now she's gonna have to be hobbled.
Yeah, she's gonna have to be hobbled.
Bro, what the fuck?
They're gonna hog tire. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, don't kick.
Fuck you guys. You do nothing to help the community.
Sarah, give us your other foot.
No.
Give me your other foot.
Give me my phone call.
When you get to county.
Give me my fucking phone call.
She probably be able to slip them through.
I just want to get out of here. I did nothing wrong. Please loosen this a little bit. This one is literally cutting me off.
Slip it under.
I just go. Oh my God. Bro, what is your problem? Respect my rights.
One more time, Sierra.
I am legally allowed to enter a building if a manager says so. I am being.
What's your date of birth,
I
Sierra?
told you.
The woman was
cooked. So, all right, you guys, let me know what you think about these these PPP loans, man. You guys are gonna see more and more of these. We got to point and laugh. But all right, you guys, this is AJ. I appreciate you guys. Guys, we'll have another daytime live here soon. I'll be live on Thursday, guys, for 300 News and Courtroom Madness, guys. And yeah, guys, I appreciate you guys. Guys, thanks for being here early. Have a good one, guys.